Hi students, welcome to Alphos e-learning chemistry classes for second year. The running chapter is organic chemistry and now we are in session number 21. In previous session we discussed about the properties of alkyl halides like nucleophilic substitutions, that is SN reactions and eliminations, and corresponding reagents which are used for the purpose, and then the mechanism depending on the molecularity. All these we discussed, and thereafter still some other properties we have to discuss, and thereafter we will enter into aryl halides. First let us go for the other properties, that is nothing but the reaction of alkyl halides with metals. Generally these alkyl halides are having some sort of reaction with metals, certain metals, and there they are able to form metal and carbon, that is CM bonding. The CM bonding, that is bonding with metal, direct bonding with metal with the carbon. The compounds are known as organometallic compounds. Just you remember, organometallic compounds are those where carbon is having a direct bonding with metal. Clear? And now these organometallic, one of the important organometallic compound is nothing but Grignard reagent. If you remember, this Grignard reagent is represented as RMgX, and how it is prepared is RX when treated with magnesium metal in dry ether. Just you remember, the solvent here is dry ether. And why we are using only dry ether? Okay, let us know about that, the fact behind that. And RMgX, now RX now converts into RMgX. And just you remember, my dear students, here when this alkyl halide undergoes hydrolytic fission, it is able to create R plus and X minus, and here it is carbocation, or otherwise it is also an electrophile, is it not? So but in this compound, when once this is converted into organometallic compound, here the hydrolytic fission creates R minus and the remaining part as plus. That means why I am giving this information is nothing but whenever the reagent, that Rx has to attack on any other substrate so as to provide an electrophile, then simply you can use Rx. In case in such an attack, if it requires any nucleophile, so here it is unable to generate nucleophilic alkyl group. In such a case, we have to convert it into organometallic compound where the alkyl group will be generating into carbanion. Carbanions are nothing but nucleophiles, is it not? So in such a manner, in this conversion only simply it is nothing but instead of R plus, if we would like to generate R minus, that is instead of carbocation, if carbanion is required, just we have to convert Rx into RMgX. Clear? And now why only dry ether? As we know, RMgX, that is nothing but alkyl magnesium halide, which is also known as Grignard reagent. It is of highly reactive species. Just you remember, this RMgX, when it is of reacting with any H plus, that is proton source, it is of able to react with this one and it is forming alkane plus MgX like this. That means here the proton provider may be H2O, or it may be ROH, or it may be RNH2 even, or NH3, like that, any other, even with amines also, this RMgX is of having the capacity to abstract or to take the H plus. In such a case, it is of forming alkane. So because when we tend to prepare RMgX, if here any proton provider is present instead of dry ether, say for example some few drops of moisture present, then immediately RMgX will react with that H plus of water with moisture, and there it creates RH. So the product will change. That's why to avoid this reaction, we should use anhydrous or dry ether. I think now you got the idea. Clear? And some other organometallic compounds, best examples are nothing but R2CD, that is nothing but alkyl cadmium, or Cu2Li, or R2Culi, that is alkyl lithium and copper metals. All these are other examples of this. Clear? And now when this Rx is reacting with metal, but it is not forming any organometallic compound. Again I am repeating, it is reacting with metals, this Rx, but it is not generating or it is not forming all organometallic compounds. Such type of reactions we can find when it is reacting, this alkyl halide is reacting with sodium. And here also you remember, this solvent should be dry ether. When these alkyl halides are reacting with sodium metal in dry ether, then instead of forming organometallic compound, it is forming alkane like this. Already you know, in your junior inter this reaction is there for the preparation of alkanes. What is that reaction name? Do you know? It is nothing but Wood's reaction. When alkyl halides react with sodium in dry ether, forming higher alkane, it is also known as a coupling reaction. This higher alkane, a coupling reaction, is known as Wood's reaction. Clear? And in this case, we are having some sort of competitive exam purpose, some logical questions are there. For example, if one alkyl halide is used for this Wood's reaction, there we can expect only one product. Just you observe, this is methyl chloride. When it is undergoing Wood's reaction in dry ether, it is able to form ethane. Just here you observe, the alkane formed is always having double number of carbons which are present in alkyl halide. Clear? In other case, if it is CH3 CH2Cl and Na, and it is Cl CH2 CH3, in this case when these two react, it is now forming butane. It is also a double number of carbon. That means in all these cases where we are using only one alkyl halide, there we can get the alkane with even number of carbons. Even number of carbons we are getting. Is it not? But if when we try to prepare odd number of carbon alkane from Wood's reaction, what happens? Let us see. Say for example, instead of individual methyl chloride or individual ethyl chloride, if we are taking methyl chloride and ethyl chloride mixture so as to get propane, it is very important question. So as to prepare propane, here instead of getting only one product like that of the previous two cases, we are getting a mixture of products. What are those mixtures? Let us consider this type of methyl chloride may also have a reaction with other methyl chloride. That's why we can get here ethane. And similarly, this ethyl may react with one more molecule of ethyl, and thereby we can get butane. That is double number of carbons compared to ethane. And then these two may react. That is nothing but here the probable combinations, because they are nothing but the coupling reactions. You have to consider the probable reactions. And the probable coupling, here it is forming mixture of 3 alkanes. Like that. Here they will ask, I am providing only methyl ethyl. They may ask the questions related to some other, that is nothing but some other alkyl halides may provided, and then which of the following compound is possible, is not possible, like that. Such type of questions they may ask in competitive examinations. Be alert towards that. Clear? That is about the reaction of alkyl halides with metals. And now after this, let us move to the next part of these halogenated compounds. That is nothing but aryl halides. aryl halides. Aryl halides are nothing but those which are of having halogen directly bonded to benzene ring. Here, as you know, benzene actually it is known as arene, phenyl halides. You can consider like that. Just let me give some information related to this. This it is known as benzene, or other name is arene, other name is phen, and that's why this is halobenzene, or it is aryl halide. Aryl halide is a common name. Phenyl halide, it is also a common name. Like that, actually for all the groups we are using this word. Clear? And now aryl halides, how to prepare these aryl halides and what are their reactions we have to consider. And now let us see preparation of halobenzene. Preparation of halobenzene. Here it can be prepared by direct halogenation of benzene. The reagent used is X2 in AlX3 or FeX3. These are nothing but Lewis acids, you remember. In presence of Lewis acids, the halogen will go for electrophilic substitution for benzene. And second one is by Sandmeyer's process. In these two, here the reagent is nothing but HX in presence of Cu2X2, that is cuprous halides. With these two, we can prepare haloalkanes, or that is halobenzene. And now let us look at direct halogenation of benzene and what are different other aspects that we can study here. This is the general reaction when benzene is halogenated either with chlorine or bromine in presence of Lewis acid AlCl3, and it is now forming chlorobenzene with HCl. And how? What is the mechanism involved here? It is nothing but aromatic electrophilic substitution. And just let me give the highlighted points, that is nothing but the salient features of this aromatic electrophilic substitution. And here it is, this aromatic electrophilic substitution involves 3 steps. And now step 1. This step 1 is nothing but generation of electrophile. And dear students, you remember in this electrophile generation, substrate benzene is not involved, just chlorine when it is of having a reaction with the Lewis acid where it is forming Cl plus and AlCl4 minus. This is the electrophile that is ready to attack on benzene ring. So in first step, when substrate benzene is not involved, in general reaction mechanism energy diagrams are having the number of peaks equal to number of steps, is it not? So when it is here we are considering 3 steps involved, we can write the reaction energy diagram like this, but it is wrong, because when 3 steps present we are using 3 peaks. As we know, the number of peaks is equal to number of steps involved. But here the energy diagram is not like this, it is just like this. Only 2 peaks. The reason behind, we should know. The reason is nothing but, even though the reaction involves 3 steps, just you observe, in first step, that is in the generation of electrophile, substrate benzene is not involved. That's why the first step is not included in the peaks. Clear? And now step 2. In step 2, attack of electrophile on benzene ring forming rhenium ion. Rhenium ion is formed. Here how it happens, just it is nothing but this is benzene ring with aromaticity. One of the hydrogen, let me consider the Cl plus, which is generated here when it is attacked by the pi bonded electrons. You observe this one is, after losing the electron from this carbon, it is getting positive charge. Here hydrogen is there and chlorine is there, which is attacked. This positive charge is dispersed throughout, and it is of now creating a species which is of having a positive charge from this carbon to this carbon. This carbon is not having any that positive charge. This ion is now known as, this ion, only the positive charge is only among these 5 carbons, is known as rhenium ion. That is, the formation of rhenium ion is the step 2 in this electrophilic substitution. And now step 3, it is nothing but deprotonation, where substituted product is formed. This is rhenium ion. It is step 3, deprotonation. Deprotonation means simply proton is removed, proton is coming out. Deprotonation, forming substituted product. Just we observe, this is the structure what we are observing after chlorine is attacked as electrophile. Now, because of positive charge appeared on benzene ring, the stability is decreased, that is, the species get destabilization, and immediately this hydrogen will donate its electrons to form pi bond or to retain the pi bond like this, and it is going out in the form of H plus, and now chlorine is substituted. Already the attacked chlorine is now present in place of hydrogen, and this H plus will go along with this AlCl4 minus is there, and with that Cl minus, this H plus will react, and it is now forming HCl as the byproduct. Clear? Like that, the hallucination of benzene involves electrophilic substitution, where electrophile is generated from halogen in presence of Lewis acid. Clear? And now, what are the other conceptual questions that they may ask related to this? Now it is nothing but, when benzene is attacked with chlorine, different reagents, that is same chlorine, different catalyst. For example, if chlorine is reacting with benzene in presence of AlCl3, and if the same chlorine is reacting with benzene in presence of H nu. Now here is the product is A, and here the product is B. Can you guess what will be the products? Just it is nothing but, it is of the product A is chlorobenzene. It is nothing but the reaction is following aromatic electrophilic substitution, whereas in this case it is of addition reaction will happen. It is nothing but free radical addition, and where these chlorine, all the 3 bonds are cleaved, forming hexachlorobenzene like this in presence of light. That's why you have to see what is the catalyst used in the reaction. Clear? And one more, let me give this phenomena. It is toluene. Now you can observe, and when this toluene is treated with chlorine, toluene is treated with chlorine in presence of AlCl3, and the toluene is treated with chlorine, limited chlorine in presence of light, and it is chlorine with excess chlorine in presence of light. So here it is A product, and it is B product, and it is C product. Can you guess this? Now different possibilities are there. And what are different paths? Here, when chlorine in presence of AlCl3, it is nothing but aromatic electrophilic substitution. Now, when it is aromatic electrophilic substitution, automatically the substitution will take place on benzene ring, not on side chain. Just you remember, when it is on benzene ring, where the chlorination will take place. That chlorination position depends on the nature of this group. We have to study the nature of the group. Already in your junior entry you might study it, and it is nothing but substituted benzene now, is it not? And in this substituted benzene, methyl group is electron donating group, and we know electron donating groups are addo and para directors and ring activators. So with this concept, when this electron donating group present, chlorination will take place at ortho position or at para position. And one more question here is, in case if it is taking place at ortho and para position, which is major? Always major product is para position. It is nothing but because of steric factor at ortho. There ends the matter there. Here it is coming to this. Now, when the chlorination is in presence of light, the reaction is free radical substitution, you remember. But in side chain, if it is alkyl group, free radical substitution. If there is no side chain, free radical addition. You have to follow. That's why instead of rubbing that question, the same sequence illustrative examples are given one after the other. Here, the free radical substitution will take place on side chain. That it is of happening, this side chain will be having this chlorination, which is known as benzylic chloride will form. And when it is limited chlorine is present, only one of the hydrogen is replaced by chlorine and thereby monochlorobenzylic. But if excess is taken, all these three hydrogens are replaced by chlorine atoms, which is of forming trichlorotoluene, nothing but benzo chloride. You remember, it is nothing but benzo chloride. Like that, different depending on the catalyst or the condition used, you have to imagine whether it is aromatic electrophilic substitution or whether it is going for addition. And for addition purpose, that light is creating free radical. Already we know reactions and reagents there, depending on different conditions from the same reagent, attacking groups may be generated in different manner. Here this chlorine, in presence of Lewis acid we can generate electrophile, and whereas in presence of light we can generate free radical. Is it not? Like that we can prepare alkyl, that is chlorobenzene. And now second one is by using Sandmeyer's reaction or Sandmeyer's process. It is simple one. Here we are preparing by Sandmeyer's process, halogenation. Here we are preparing the halobenzene from starting with aniline. You remember, starting material is aniline, but in the form of aniline we are not preparing directly. Just this aniline, when it is diazotized, that is nothing but when it is treated with nitrous acid. And you remember, dear students, nitrous acid we know it is nothing but HNO2. But this nitrous acid HNO2 is of having the nature to undergo auto oxidation reduction, that is auto redox reaction to form HNO3 and HNO plus, like that. So that's why we should not make it before going for the reaction. Instead of that, it should be prepared in situ. In situ means on the spot we have to prepare. How to prepare in situ? Just it is NaNO2 plus HCl. Here NaCl will form and HNO2 will form. This we have to use. Clear? So when the reagent is given as NaNO2 plus HCl, just to remember it is nothing but nitrous acid. Clear? And when it is treated with this nitrous acid, this aniline will first of all convert into diazonium chloride. That means this nitrous acid is the diazotizing agent from aniline. This one, why we are converting this aniline into diazotizing compound? Simple, it is nothing but NH2 group is not tend to go out. It is not possible to leave the substrate benzene because of having double bond character. It is nothing but simply we can say that it is the weak leaving group. And when it is diazotized, now this N2 plus is a strong leaving group. It is of having the strong tendency to detach from this benzene ring, and that's why it is converted. Now you know the reason. And then this diazonium chloride when treated with HX in presence of cuprous halides, cuprous, clear? Here X may be chlorine or bromine, just you remember, not iodine, not fluorine, only these two. In this case, that chlorine or bromine simply replace this diazonium, forming chloro or bromobenzene, and N2 will be released, and then CuX2 will be formed and HX, and from this one you know that is HCl. Actually that X is from this, and that X which is of attached from this cuprous halide is replaced by X from HX. Okay, we need not go for the mechanism now instant because it is advanced level. In our syllabus only what is the formation product, and where from X, this X is coming from HX or Cu2X2. It is coming from Cu2X2, and thereafter this X will replace that. Clear? And now in this case, if iodine is taken, for iodine, when iodination is taking place for this that is diazonium chloride, there we need not take or we need not consider the presence of Cu2I2. Instead of that, that means it is of not required any presence of Cu2I2, because already Ki, it is of easily dissociating material. When it is of mixed with Ki, it is just stirred, and because of that stirring of this diazonium chloride with potassium iodide, we will get iodobenzene. That means in Sandmeyer's process, chlorobenzene, bromobenzene can be prepared when by using the cuprous halide. And in case of iodine, we should not use this presence of this Cu2I2 is not there. Simply when it is the diazonium chloride is stirred with Ki, it can form iodobenzene. That is about the preparation of halobenzenes. Clear? And now after that we have to go for different reactions of this halobenzene. And now let me list out all these, and the reagents also I will provide, and just you go through that one. In the next coming session we will observe what is happening in that particular reaction, all these things. Clear? And now it is nothing but chemical properties of chloro. Simply we can say that halobenzene or aryl halides. And you remember here they are of exhibiting three types of properties. First one is the characteristic properties of halobenzene. They are nothing but electrophilic substitutions. And when electrophilic substitution, just you remember, chlorine is not replaced, or any halogen that is present on benzene ring is not replaced. Instead of that, other than the position of halogen, the incoming electrophile will be attached to benzene. Clear? That type of reaction. That means now that incoming electrophile has been monitored by the existing halogen atom on benzene ring. Clear? And it is of happening like this. Here the reactions are nothing but halogenation, further halogenation, and next one is nothing but nitration. We can consider nitration, and one more is nothing but sulfonation. It is nothing but all these reactions are the aromatic substitution reactions related to benzene. And third one is Friedel-Crafts alkylation, and one more is Friedel-Crafts acylation. I think you know all the reagents related to this. Just let me write halogenation in presence of X2 in presence of AlX3 type Lewis acids, and nitration, it is nothing but HNO3 plus H2SO4 mixer, and sulfonation, it is nothing but H2SO4 in SO3, this one. And Friedel-Crafts alkylation, it is RX in presence of AlX3, and acylation, it is RCOX in presence of AlX3. All these are different reagents that are using for different electrophilic substitutions. Clear? And next one is nucleophilic substitution reactions. Nucleophilic substitutions, and just you remember, actually this chlorobenzene or halobenzene is not interested to go for nucleophilic substitution generally, but under drastic conditions, it may be of reacting with NaOH. It is in acid medium under a pressure of 300 atmosphere, and it is also in presence of at 600 degree Kelvin, like that temperature. And here presence of electron withdrawing groups, all these we will discuss about that. Okay, we need not worry about that. Here this OH is now tend to replace that halogen which is already present on benzene ring. Just you remember. Clear? And next one is reactions with metals. Here we are having two reactions. One is Wurtz-Fittig reaction. One is Wurtz-Fittig reaction, and the second one is nothing but Fittig reaction. These are the two reactions that we can study under the head reaction with metals. Clear? And if you are going through all these reagents by next class, in next video, that is in next session, simply we can observe what is happening with all these different reagents. Okay, thank you.